and welcome back to my channel. Continuing on with this month's theme for Nancy Drew in honor of her 90th anniversary. Today we've got the Bungalow Mystery. Now I know I've read this one a couple of times when I was younger, but this one didn't stick with me quite as well as some of the other ones. Especially, The Secret of the Old Clock kind of stayed with me. I remembered some plot points from it for sure, but it didn't grab my attention, and it didn't stay in my memory as long as, say, The Hidden Staircase. That one really really grabbed me. The Bungalow Mystery was kind of the same thing, rereading this, the revised text, as well as reading this one for the first time, okay, yeah, I do remember some bits and pieces, but for the most part it's kind of mediocre, at least the revised text. This one, there's a lot more action in this one than in the revised text. This is the original one. Again, like I mentioned with some of the other ones, since this is the original, again, this is copyrighted in 1930, so this is in fact one of the original books that were sold. Since this is the original, there's a couple of, the product of its time stuff again. But in comparison to The Hidden Staircase, wasn't as bad. Like I said, and mentioned in the Hidden Staircase review, there are a couple of really yikes moments. This one, not as much. So, it's kind of borderlining there. But it didn't jump out at me like it did with The Hidden Staircase. Whoa, we kind of need to take a little step back there. But this one was pretty much like the revised text, and it's got the same storyline, but just a lot more action, if you will. There is a car chase at the end of this, and the ending is a little more dramatic and a little different, because Nancy almost gets into an accident. So, it's like you can feel that the danger is very real in this one. So this one stuck out a little bit more to me, so I like the original version of this better than the revised. I think it's because, with the story overall seems kind of mediocre. Well, not exactly mediocre, but just very plain. You kind of need a little something to spice things up. With The Hidden Staircase, you had the ghost hauntings. With The Secret of the Old Clock, it was the first one, and you kind of had the notion that time was running out. The old clock time. So there was time running out. So there was time, the deadline of The Hidden Staircase. Ghostly sightings, and eventually, the disappearance of her father as well, so time was of the essence there. This one, you could say time was of the essence as well, but if time was of the essence, it dragged out quite a little longer than it really should have. So, yeah, it's... Yeah, this one, was a little... It wasn't as tense. There weren't as many tense moments in the revised text in comparison to the first two, and in comparison to this one, like I mentioned. There's a lot more action and a lot more, you get a little bit more feeling from it, if you will. So, I like the original text better. If there's any of the books with the original text to check out, definitely do this one. Because like I said, that the yikes moments are very slim here. So it's not quite as bad as some others could be. So yeah, it's pretty good. Sorry, looking on the back here, we got the advertisement for Annie Oakley. So yes, Grosset and Dunlap were publishing quite a few books back in those days. So yeah, give this a check out. You know, the original text, if you were like me and the revised text didn't impress you, check out the original. It impressed me a lot more than the revised text did, because like I said, there wasn't much from the revised text that I remembered, and it didn't interest me enough that I'm like, oh, I definitely have to reread this, you know, in comparison to like The Hidden Staircase, which I was one of the books I reread a lot. Because it just, you know, really interested me. It was what I was looking for in a mystery. At least a Nancy Drew mystery. So, yes. Definitely give it a look. And, you know, that old picture there. And I hope you like it. And thank you again for coming to my review. I hope to see you next time. If you're not tired of this, I do hope you to give it a read. And happy reading!